It is very rare these days you can find a lot of common ground between Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z. However, one spot in downtown Little Rock continues to do the impossible. Unite three generations under one roof with a very simple formula: pizza and punk rock. If you stop by 7th and Chester on a Saturday night, you never know what you might find inside. 1, 2, 3! Nearly 35 years before nights of beers and body slams, owner Henry Lee and his partners were just hoping to get Vino's off the mat.
I decided that there wasn't a place in town to eat a good pizza or drink a good beer. So we decided we were going to open one.
Coming out of the investment business, Lee chose to put his money where his mouth is, opening the doors to this historic spot in 1990.
We looked around numerous places and finally just kept coming back to this building. There was just something about it. It just felt good. And they were doing some underground music and stuff at the time. And we decided to pick it up and get started. And we were the first place in the state to bring in imported beers on tap.
This song's about a girl that lived in Fayetteville, Arkansas. This song's called One for the Razorback.
In 1991, they brought in much more than beer. They booked a young punk rock band out of California.
When Green Day played here and said, well, I think that first year, like within the first couple of months we were open, and we poured 500 people back here. It was crazy.
That show opened the door for some of the most popular bands of the 90s and the 2000s to get their start right here. Shows and craft beer that kept folks like Chris New coming back again and again.
There was Vino's and a place called Mr. Dunderbox in McCain Mall, and that was the only place you could get a decent beer.
Chris loved Vino's so much, he began working for Henry. Now he's the general manager, where every single day he sees people from all kinds of walks of life.
You got a table full of lawyers, and next to them is a table of a bunch of train hopping punk rock kids. I mean, you know, it's what it is. And I think that's what people enjoy about Vino's, is it's comfortable for everybody.
And in a time of such divisiveness, one thing we can all agree on: food.
Do you have a favorite item that you go to?
Let's see, if I don't have anything to do the rest of the day, I would say have a calzone. Okay.
It's my favorite style of pizza, that New York style, baked on stone. Just really nice and crunchy on the bottom, got a little bit of bread on the edges. Really good. And the calzones, you know, I think they're the best around.
After 3+ decades of Pilsners, pizza, and punk rock, Henry hopes Vino's will continue to be a place for anyone and everyone.
You know, forget about the politics, forget about all of that, and, you know, just get together around listening to music and watching good bands.
Like
it's one
really
of a kind.
Good bands.
It's one of a kind too. You see how those amazing bands who are now
yes,
known worldwide.
Is amazing.
Some of the first shows right there at Vino's. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And now what's amazing about this place, it includes everybody. It is for everybody. You can be a lawyer. You can be a first responder.
A Gen Zer.
You can be a Gen Zer. You can be a punk rock kid with your Converse. And it doesn't matter. Just go over there, hang out. I grew up going to Vino's. We would always go to Vino's shows on Friday nights. I would beg my parents to drive me from Cabot.
I can see why.
Well, my dad was the best. And he'd go, oh yeah, he'd say, no, I wasn't old enough for Green Day. They were a little before my time, but there was a big alternative music scene going on when I was a teenager. I would go to shows in the back. My dad would have a beer and a calzone in the front and just wait on the show to be over.
He didn't mind it. It looks good too.
Didn't mind it one bit.
There
for everybody.
A lot of cheese.
Yeah, well, you know, we get up so
delicious.
early. 7 a.m. is lunchtime for us. So.
That's right.
Yes.
Pizza sounds good.
That sounds really good.
We'll see you at Vino's.